Good morning. It is March 14th. There's March Kitty. How cute is that? Little rubber ducky. I like that. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. Had a bit of a slow start. I've been up for a little while, but oh my goodness, look at the mess. Yep. Oh, it's been a interesting week in that I guess you could say I'm in a grieving process, which I understand, and this little book has been helping me enormously. I just read a little bit of that every day, and today when I was journaling, I have all these emotions, mixed emotions. I mean, sadness, frustration, confusion, anger, guilt, and grief and questions. Things just compile on top of each other. And so what I did this morning was, and I'm not going to point it out or anything, but in my journal, I wrote down each one of those and just a little blurb beside each one about exactly what I'm angry about, confused about, sad about. And it's kind of helpful. And this week my phone is dirty. I wonder if that's coming across on the screen or when I'm filming. But anyways, the days are going up and down. And I mean, when I say up, I never really up. Although there's moments where I feel lightness, and then you feel guilty about feeling light. It's a very strange phenomena. And I'm sure anybody that's gone through the grieving process is, you have a laugh with somebody. I had a laugh with somebody at work the other day. We got teasing each other kind of thing, and I laughed, a big hearty laugh, and then I felt guilty for being able to do that. But we got some more snow. The snow was rapidly disappearing. We had some very spring-like weather, and then we got a dump last night. So my son, actually, my middle son, he works for a guy that does snow removal in the winter. He does a bunch of stuff. My middle son for employment, like he's in the construction field, and he's actually going to go back to school and do some HVAC. So getting married, which is very exciting. So I want to get up for that wedding. Like, I do not want to be a cloud, and I won't be. I know I won't be. I know myself, and I am excited about it. And it's in October, so I feel like we're going to have some time to regroup. But the house is a mess, and I got so many little things to do and things. My purse broke. I was come out of work the other day and just fell right off my shoulder. I've got it tied there with a knot. That was a good purse while it lasted. I could probably fix it, but it's so structured that there wasn't a lot of give in it, and I found I was shoving things in it. My bedroom's a mess. I was watching the JFK thing in bed. But anyways, I bought myself a new purse. I'll show you that. I got this for $12.95 at one of the secondhand shops. I bought this at the dollar store just to put little things in that I don't want to just lose in the bottom of the purse. So yeah, and it's a Denver Haze. I think that's what it is. Yeah, very nice. I like the color, I like the structure, I like the give. Price was right. So I'm gonna make myself some soup today. I need to clean out my freezer, and because there's hardly any room in it. I've just got that on low. I'm just trying to get it to melt down a bit. I had a big soup pot, and I'm like, did I not bring that with me? I haven't really looked that hard for it. It might be down in the basement. I think it is down in the basement, so I'm gonna go give a look down there when I go start my laundry. Because please tell me I did not get rid of my soup pot. Come on. I make soup. So I'm hoping I didn't do that. Oh my goodness. And I'm kind of peeking at the house across the road. I don't know if I told you or not, but I was out there one day shoveling, and the gentleman across the road, who I discovered had dementia, called me over, and long story short, because I did not want to invade his privacy, I ended up finding a number on his, he was saying he needed help, and I had no idea. I just knew that he wasn't shoveling his laneway this year, and he'd got somebody to do it. I think I've told this story. And he was in distress, and I went over there, and I realized what I'd walked into, and he was seeing things that weren't there. So found a phone number on his fridge, and it turned out to be the neighbor that's beside him. Called her, had conversation. We got his daughter-in-law, or a relative that was kind of in charge of his care, over, and so got that sorted out. But and I haven't seen any activity. I guess he was on a list to go into full-time care, and so I'm wondering if he did or not. Poor guy. I mean, she said that he'd been the most fantastic neighbor for the 10 years, and then in the last 10 months just completely declined, and their family was getting him sorted. So, but he was still at home at that time with people coming in. But yeah, that's sad. Life is hard. It is so hard. Oh, and I got these. I just picked them up. I thought they were cute. I thought they were pretty. There's me and my husband when we were young. I like that there. And then I gotta redo my picture wall because I kind of rearranged it a little bit. Took pictures out for the board for the funeral. And some of the pictures came from there, so I have to get them sorted out. But anyways, work's been good. I took Wednesday off. I've had a couple days, Wednesdays, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going on with Wednesdays? And it's, my son passed on Wednesday, and every Wednesday so far, I just go into this. It's not, I can't function. Can't. It's not won't, it's can't. But I see this pattern, so I'm hoping that this Wednesday I'll, mentally prepare myself. My amaryllis is blooming again, so that's exciting. But what I want to do is want to go to Eastside Mario's to get a gift card for a young family from the church that is, the mom has had surgery, so putting together meals. And I'm not going to try to cook for a family of, I think there's 6 likes, dislikes, so I thought I'll just get a gift card and hope that helps. So got to do that, and I got to go to Shoppers because I'm out of foundation, and I need a couple little groceries, but I want to clean my freezer out, look at everything I got in there, what I can make meals of, and I got to do my thank you cards. I have not done my thank you cards. It's been, every time I think I'm going to do them, like last Saturday was a rainy, dreary day, and I just ended up sitting and doing basically nothing, Like I said, I've been keeping it up. This is the worst it's looked. Like I just kind of let it go there at the end of the week. I do that. I've done that all. Get towards the end of the week, no Saturdays coming, and just kind of let things go. And then yesterday, I had to go do some things for my son's estate, and I keep getting more and more confused with the directions I'm getting. But like you do this, no, don't do that. But you do this, but no, you need to do that. And then we found on the proof of death certificate that they'd spelt my name wrong, so I had to get that fixed, and I hope that some of the forms that I've already sent out are not going to be affected. The lady at the bank was the first one to notice it. I didn't notice it. Nobody else has noticed it when I went down to Service Canada, so I hope that's not going to impede me, but you have like a year to get it all sorted out, so we'll get it all sorted out, but just taking those steps. And then I made little Easter bags. Did I show these? So cute for the grandkiddies. for my two that are in this area. My daughter's coming down Easter weekend, and so I'll have to get something for the boys, and then have to get something for my son's partner's kids, because I usually do. But I was just out shopping and seeing stuff, and I just love doing stuff like that. But I was in the dollar store and feeling happy and sad at the same time, and that's the way it is. It's like feeling you got other kids to take care of and lives to a bit of a cold there with a little bit of a wheeze, but just managing. And like I said, I have a wedding coming up in October. This is a joyous occasion. My son, they're both older, they're both in their 30s, and first wedding, first marriage, and it's exciting, and thrilled for the both of them. And they're doing marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling, very wise. And actually the couple they're doing marriage counseling with, they unfortunately lost their son a few years back in a tragic accident. And we're friends from, I've known them through church for years. Like, they don't live in this area, but they once upon a time we did parenting classes together, and just friends that way. Like, you see them on occasion and whatnot. And they were actually a couple that was at my girlfriend's house. I've told this story, I know I have, when years ago we went for lunch, and there was me, another couple, them, and then one of the elders from the church. His wife wasn't there that day, so she was going to go, but they, for whatever reasons, couldn't. So the couple that was hosting said, why don't you come along, fill the extra seat. And at that time, I was a fairly new widow. Well, I mean, maybe I'd been a widow for about a year or so. And since then, the couple that was hosting, the husband has passed away. The elder that came, his wife passed away. That couple has lost their son, not at that time, but like a year later, something like that. And then now I've lost my son. That's a lot of death. These people all sitting around that table. And grief comes to us all. Loss comes to us all. There's no doubt about it. And, I'm spent time grieving my husband and trying to get my life together after that. And now I'm trying to put the pieces together after losing my son. And it's like, you can rah, life goes on. And I do feel that. But it is, one thing that my friend who's doing the counseling, and we've been kind of texting back and forth, and she said to me, you learn to braid joy and grief together. I thought, wow, I guess you do. You learn to braid grief and joy together. So anyways, I'm looking at this mess, don't like it. I'm going to put you down, and it's 10 after 10, and I want to clean my freezer. I'm embarrassed to show it, shall we? Oh no. This got like this from just shoving things in there. And there's things that can go, like food that I'm never going to eat. And it's like, I ask myself, how do you let it get like this? Like, how does it keep getting like this? Too much of something, and I don't like it, and I don't eat it, and then I just don't take the time to throw it out when I could. But we'll see. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that. But for now, I'm just going to clean. Next time I come on here, this is going to look a whole lot better. I'm going to give myself an hour. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to sort my laundry. Going to get it going. I'm going to tackle this. So, yeah, because I completely understand how grief can take you down completely and put you in bed and keep you there. I know that. But I don't want that. And I'm not going to have that. But with God's help, and I could not stand without feeling that God is holding me up, because I couldn't do it on my own, that's for sure. I don't know how people that don't know the Lord manage. They do. They carry on. But I need the extra strength. I remember saying one time to somebody that, I won't go into what the whole conversation was, but saying to them, God is the glue that holds me together. And I believe that. And I could not keep my pieces together without God. So, seeing this mess, this is like, well, I'm going to end up stacking things back on that sideboard. That's what keeps happening. Or that's another thing that's happening is over here. Well, I was expecting the grandkids this week. Well, it's a long story. We'll go into it. So I left the toys down here. I'm going out to see them tomorrow, though. I'm going out for supper. Thing is just being stacked. And I don't know what to do with these coats. I'm going to give the one to my middle son, but that snowmobile coat, it's like, I do not just want to pass it on. I look at those coats every day. And that's, my son. And I have no desire to just not have them. Like they comfort me right now. They comfort me. So comfort me and torture me at the same time. Oh, my boy. So anyways, yep, we're going to do some cleaning. Pretty, eh? I like the little hint of, I just thought that was cheerful. And that's another thing. I try to do little things that make me cheerful. Just little tiny things make me cheerful. So I'm going to put you on pause. Set my clock for an hour. I'm going to do that right now. We'll set the clock for an hour. Timer. Ouch. I hurt my wrist. Weak little wrist. Okay. I'll put you on pause. Nope, I didn't put you on pause. Here, let's try that again.